What is up guys, and welcome to an introduction to the crafting system in Dragonflight, or well, the crafting order system. My goal with this video is to show you how the crafting system works, basically to give you guys an introduction on the crafting system itself. We're going to be answering some questions that you guys have had on the crafting system, and if you have any more questions after watching this video, then let me know down below in the comments section. So first off, what is the crafting system? This is a brand new feature coming in Dragonflight, which allows me as a crafter, or let's just say I'm not a crafter, but I'm wanting an item that is bound on pickup from a different profession. This allows me as a customer to place a work order and get a bound on pickup item from a different profession. So even if I don't have blacksmithing, I can get myself a bound on pickup weapon from blacksmithing without having blacksmithing. That is the basics here. You can also get the BOE items through the crafting system, and basically right now on the beta, while beta testing, you can access this through your professions tab. So go into professions, clicking on your profession, then right next to recipes and specializations you will have crafting orders. Here you will actually see the crafting orders. If you click on your professions and your recipes, you will see if there's any work orders right now for that specific item, and you can just scroll through to see if there's anything that you have access to and that you can craft that people have an active work order for. Now if this is going to be a little bit different on the actual live version, you might be able to access it right like this from a professions tab, or there might be an NPC in your main capital city. I'm not exactly 100% sure on that, because I actually thought there was going to be an NPC, but right now on the beta we can access this from our professions tab. If this remains like this in actual Dragonflight, then you can actually craft these work orders on the fly. So if you're out farming, doing a raid, doing whatever, you can craft these while doing that, but if not, then yeah, just head to your main capital city. So with that being said, let's get right into the crafting system, how it works, and let's talk about that for a second. So first off, let's just say I want to complete a work order. By doing this, I will go to my professions tab right now, and I will click on a certain recipe. So for example, for jewel crafting, I will just scroll through all the recipes that I have access to and find one of them that there's going to be an active work order for. For jewel crafting, this is always going to be a gem, for example, but you also have different miscellaneous items. You have jewelries like rings and necklaces, and you even have profession equipment. You will probably see a lot of work orders for the profession equipment at the early stages of Dragonflight, when everyone wants to have their profession equipment. But yeah, if you want to complete work orders, then go to your crafting orders page and find work orders that you want to complete. Now when you find a work order that you might want to complete, or that you know you have the recipe for, you can then click on that work order, and now you can see how much gold you will make from the work order. It is very important for you as a crafter here to scout out the ones that will give you the most commission. The commission is the amount of gold you're making on actual crafting the item. So you have 25 crafts that you can do every single day. As a crafter, you can fulfill 25 public orders, and these will recharge every single day, right? So you have 25 per day, which means that you as a crafter, if you want to capitalize on this and make as much gold as possible, you want to find the most profitable craft, so just find the ones with the highest commission. You don't have to provide any materials. All the bound on pickup ones, or all of the mandatory materials, are actually provided by the person that is putting down the order. You don't have to provide anything unless you really want to, or the actual buyer specifies that he wants a different type of item where you can actually provide some materials. What you are providing is your time and your knowledge. So some of the recipes are locked behind specializations, some are locked behind renowns, aka reputation by the way. So yeah, you are trading your knowledge in that profession and your time plus one of your daily orders for that gold. So the rarer an item is, or the recipe is, the more commission you should be expecting. For example, if a order requires you to have spent 100 knowledge points in your specializations, and you are the first person to get that 100 knowledge points, then you might be able to charge a premium commission on crafting that item. So keep in mind how rare the item is when you're crafting, and try to get the highest commissions that you can get. So as a crafter, you don't have to worry about anything. You just have to find work orders, and they are providing all the materials. So you just sit back, you relax, you find the most profitable ones, and you craft them. It is actually super simple. So on the other side then, let's say that I'm a customer. So if I go right now to the NPC, and let's say I want to have a one-handed weapon. If I go to one-handed weapons and then click on one-hander, I can then search through all the one-handed weapons, and you can see right now the ones that I'm trying to get are 382 item level, and they are bound on pickup, and I don't have the professions to get them. So personally, I want the primal molten spell blade, so I'm putting down a work order for this one. So you will see that personally, I have to provide reagents. I have to provide, if you hover over here, you must provide this reagent. This goes for Spark of Ingenuity, Primal Chaos, and Primal Molten Alloy. You will also see that Spark of Ingenuity and Primal Chaos are bound on pickup items. So me as a person placing down the crafting order, I have to provide these bound on pickup items, and the Primal Molten Alloy, they are not bound on pickup, but I still have to provide them. And for this, you can either be a miner and craft them yourself, or farm them yourself, or you can go in the auction house and buy them there as well. After that, you can provide optional reagents to infuse them with power, and for example right here, you will get like a heroic item or a mythic items to increase the item level as well. Now personally, I'm trying to get a quality 1 item here, so I'm putting down a actual crafting order for a quality 1 Primal Molten Spell Blade, so quality 1, that should be about 382 item level, and here I can put my commission. Now the lower commission you put, the more gold you save, but also if you put like 100 gold commission on a 382 item level weapon, then chances are nobody actually crafts your stuff. If you place, like for me, I'm placing 5,000 gold, it is crafted literally right away. So the higher commission you place, the higher the chances are that someone fulfills your order, and the faster you will generally get your weapon. I will say there's an achievement available as well, where people can get extra additional knowledge points to their profession by actually completing 100 work orders. So very early on in Dragonflight, you might be able to get some very, very lucrative crafts done for you, very, very cheap. So at the beginning, if you want to save some gold, you can put your commission quite low, and chances are someone will still craft them, because at the beginning, this system will be used to skill up, because for every single thing that I craft, I actually get a skill point as well, or I can get a skill point at least, depends on the actual difficulty or the recipe level of the craft. But some of the crafts are super expensive. Like if I'm going to skill up, let's say jewel crafting, or even inscription can be very expensive for me to skill up if I provide all the materials myself. So for me to skill up to, let's say 70 skill in inscription, and then doing from 70 to 95 only by fulfilling these crafting orders, not only am I actually getting free skill up points, I'm also making some gold while getting those skill up points. So at the beginning of the Dragonflight, you might be able to get some very cheap crafts done for you, and they can be really profitable for you as well, and you can get some super good bound on pickup items done for you through this system. So yeah, if you want to make some gold in Dragonflight, it's definitely worth doing this. You can make some passive gold as a crafter, and as a person placing down a work order, you can get some super cheap crafts done for you as well. It is basically a super simple system where you can get items from a different profession, even if you don't have that profession yourself. And one more thing is that whenever I'm personally putting down a place order, a work order like this, if somebody decides to craft that work order for me, that work order right now is delivered to your mailbox, and I think that is a system they're going with for the actual version of the game as well. So if someone actually complete your work order, you will get a mail with your item inside that mail. So yeah, if you don't get the item in your bag, check your mailbox. It's almost always going to be in the mailbox. Either way, I hope that clarified a lot of the crafting system for you. I don't want to drag out this video any longer, but I do think I went over the basics, and hopefully this clarified something for you. Either way, let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and be prepared for a lot more Dragonflight preparation videos. Subscribe for those. Either way, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.